So we do have our special tool, not that special, flat piece of steel stuck in the ends of the camshaft so they don't move. We've taken that out. Install that in there so the crankshaft will be in the correct spot as well. If you don't have all these special tools, maybe try and make one. Otherwise, I got this up on top dead center, so I made my marks based on it being on top dead center. A little bit of free play there you can see in the belt. Loosen the 10mm bolt right there and get ready to loosen the tension. So we can take the belt off. So I've got my, I think it's a 6mm Allen head, and just gonna turn it this way, so we can loosen up, get some free play on the belt. So that seems to be the free play right there. So I'm going to take the belt off with the free play. So there we go, the belt's off. What I would do down there and then is use some other marking device to mark the crankshaft. Again, if you don't have the special tools, so you can put it back on in the same place you took it off. You shouldn't have any problems as long as the belt everything was in the right spot to begin with. Make some good marks. You should be alright. I'm doing on the seals on this. I don't expect you to do it, but I just want to show you there's no keyway for this. So once you make your marks or something, don't be messing with the cam gears or anything. Just put your belt on and be good to go if you don't have the special tools. Because if you loosen these up, these things can go anywhere on here. So you see it's on there, but it turns and turns, so you don't want to mess with these marks, cams. Alright. Now with the crankshaft holding tool in place, screwed into the engine like I showed you previously, you just want to make sure if you take this and try and turn it to the right, turn it clockwise, you either put the nut in there or grab some channel locks and try and turn it with the gear, but you should feel it stop or it won't move because it's already up against that holding tool, which mine is, so I know I'm good to go. And I'll install the timing belt now. And we'll start on the crankshaft down below. So, we got the belt on there. We'll have to do some tensioner work. So I got the belt on. I'm really sorry. My camera died just when I finished putting it on. All I can do is kind of walk you through it. So you start down at the bottom, hold it with your left hand, work around this pulley here, bring it around the camshaft over here, and bring it around the top, and get on the teeth, and then of course the last thing is to get it on the tensioner. And I didn't have any problems, went on pretty easy. And so we're going to do some timing belt adjustment here shortly. You can see it on the camera at the bottom here. We got a line and a notch. So we're trying to line up the notch with the line right there. So we're going to tighten up the 10mm bolt on the tensioner. And then what we'll probably do is pull all of our pins and our plate to hold everything in place. We'll get that stuff out, and then we'll turn the engine over a couple times by hand. And we'll see where we're at as far as getting this thing close. So you're having the worst luck with this camera today. It shut off just when I finished doing this. Put your Allen wrench in there. You get that line in between the grooves as best as you can. You can see that. And then once that is, you can tighten up the 10mm nut on the tensioner. You have to use the Allen wrench, hold this in place. It doesn't really move, so it's tight. And like I mentioned, well, I guess I'd mentioned and it fell off. I'm going to take out the crankshaft holding tool and the camshaft holding tool. We'll take this stuff all off, and we'll turn the engine over by hand a couple times, and we'll recheck our timing belt tension right there and see how close we are. So it's all back together and running. 85 foot-pounds torque on the crankshaft pulley. I'm going to the 100 foot-pounds on the wheel lug nuts.